singing the blues in Kansas City, amid the echoes of Jelly Roll Morton and Fiddler Williams and all the others for whom 18th and Vine in Kansas City was once the center of the world.
All the clubs are here. Fox's was there, club up on the corner. Everything was here. It was moving, you know. Guys would come in town, musicians would stay next door. Yeah, everything was here. But, you know, everything started moving out, and nobody seemed to take an interest in it.
Yes, I dreamed last night. I was standing on 18th and Vine.
But, you know, those of us that are here, it's just like being here. You know, it's 18th Street. She won't die. You know, you can't kill her. Can't let a street die when it's known around the world. People come here and take pictures standing under that sign over there. Now, why let it die? You know, it doesn't even make sense.
You know, this is Nick, the House of Jazz, where we keep jazz alive in Kansas City.
A lot of other people are keeping jazz alive in Kansas City, Missouri. There's a new film out called The Last of the Blue Devils. It's about the great musicians who made the city one of the hottest places for jazz in the 1920s and right through the Depression years into the 40s. There are people like Count Basie, Lester Young, Jimmy Rushing, Hot Lips Page, and blues singer Big Joe Turner.
We used to broadcast every afternoon on Saturday, about 4:30. Then we had another show we do at 5 o'clock in the morning. We had about 2 hours. See, when 5 o'clock in the morning, this time the line was clear, see, and we went all the way to New York. We was getting plenty of airtime, so that's when all these cats up around New York started hearing us whamming on these blues, you know, playing all rock and roll and everything. We do rock and roll before anybody heard of it.
At the Kansas City Museum, there's a neat little exhibit that tells all about the good old days. When jazz left the noisy 12-block square called Storyville in New Orleans, it raced up the river and across the country. Soon, every city had its jazz bands, and if most didn't hit the big time, they had great success playing in their own and nearby states. They were called territory bands. The most important territory for them was Mid-America, and Kansas City was its center.
Well, it seemed like all the best musicians coming from South, Kansas City was one of the main stopping off points, you know. And once they come to Kansas City, they stay around here for a while and get the Kansas City stamp.
Claude Fiddler Williams is 72, and he's been playing the jazz violin since he was a kid.
I went down there one night, I said, y'all ever do any jamming? They said, yeah, man, what you play? I said, I play a little fiddle and guitar. He said, yeah, man, go bring your guitar, bring your guitar. So I took both of them down there, and we played something like, I played a few chords on the fiddle. The kid said, yeah, man, don't play no more guitar, just play the fiddle, you know?
A lot of jazz today is cool, laid back, but the Scamps, one of the oldest groups around, still plays the old Kansas City foot-tapping, hand-clapping style.
I want a big fat mama, big and round, big fat mama who can really go to town, a big fat mama, fine but a ball, big fat mama, dang a mama.
For leader Earl Robinson and saxophonist Arthur Jackson, entertainment has always been part of the music.
If you're having a lot of fun, they'll have fun.
Yeah. You get yourself into it, and that's you're going to get the people into it. And if you get them into it, you got it made.
It's something that every musician or entertainer should create.
And if you don't, you know, you're dead. Like, you've got to have fun. And this is a fun thing as far as I'm concerned. You're going to sit here and they're going to sit over there, especially in Kansas City and most clubs that we've played in. They want to be with you. They don't want you to be over there and they're over there. Because they want to be right there with you so they can, well, you know, it makes like a home thing, like, I mean, warmth.
Even during the Depression, wide-open Kansas City was home to scores of clubs, cabarets, saloons, and dance halls, all clustered around 18th and Vine. They're gone now, but Herman Walder remembers.
Oh, man, it's sickening when you see that. It used to be bands all up and down the street there, on both sides. Clubs used to stay open all night. The clubs, I mean, they start closing too early. People want to come where they can be entertained. And if you're going to close the place down at 1:30, then you know where.
But the spirit is still there. Around the city now are more than a dozen places, all kind of new, but with the old jazz stamp. At the Signboard Bar, John Lyman jams with his group. Later, he drops by the Mark IV Lounge and sits in. And when Arresty Tucker finishes his gig at the Sniper Lounge, along with a lot of others, he stops in at the former Black Musicians Union Hall to unwind and jam.
The gigs you play on, sometimes you never get a chance to play what you really want to play. But when you get to a jam session, it gives you a little free spirit. You play anything, you see. So jamming kind of relieves some of that pressure. You get out and blow like you want to.
They say jazz is in again, and the big band sound is coming back. In Kansas City, it had never gone very far.